So you're looking at Mooresville, North Carolina. And the first thing you want to know is it actually affordable? Or is living on Lake Norman going to break the bank? I'm going to answer that honestly in this video and give you the real world numbers, so you can figure out whether Mooresville makes sense for your budget before you even pack a box. My name is Daniel Morvell. I'm a Charlotte area real estate agent with many years of experience in this market. And Mooresville is one of those suburbs that genuinely surprises people once they dig into the numbers. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first, let me give you a quick snapshot of what Mooresville is actually like, because a lot of people searching this don't really realize how much the town has grown. And according to the World Population Review, Mooresville has a 2026 population of around 54,000 people and has grown nearly 7% since 2020 census alone. But here's the number that really tells the story. According to the US Census data, Mooresville has grown over 38% since 2019. That's not a suburb that is quietly sitting still. That is a community that people are actively choosing, and choosing fast. The median household income here is right around $89,000 to $90,000 a year, according to the World Population Review, which is significantly above both North Carolina state average and the national average. So the people moving here are not struggling. There are working professionals and families who want a quality of life that is genuinely hard to find at this price point anywhere else in the Charlotte metro area. All right, let's talk about what you actually care about most, and that is housing, of course. So what is it going to cost you to buy a home in Mooresville right now? And honestly, the answer is, it depends on what you're looking for. So according to Redfin, the median sale price of Mooresville is around $453,000 as of late 2025. That's up about 0.5% year over year. Now, here is what that actually buys you. In most of Mooresville's neighborhoods, away from the waterfront, of course, you're looking at a solid 3 to 4 bedroom home that would probably have a 2-car garage and a neighborhood amenities like pools and walking trails. And good square footage, of course. And that would be in the $400,000 to $500,000 range. Now, if you want to get into the lower end of the market, or just starting out, of course, there are townhome options and smaller single-family homes starting in the low to mid 300s. And if the waterfront is calling your name, waterfront properties on Lake Norman are a completely different conversation to have. We are talking anywhere from the high 500s all the way to the $1 million range. And that, of course, depends on the waterfront frontage, dock access, and the home itself. One thing worth noting for buyers right now, according to our MLS data, Mooresville homes were sitting on the market for around 62 days as of early 2025, which is actually more time than you might expect in a popular market. And that gives buyers a little bit more breathing room than what we've seen in the recent years. So that means you are less likely to get into a frenzied bidding war for a house, and more likely to be able to negotiate and do your due diligence properly. So stick with me, because coming up, I'm going to break down what your monthly budget actually looks like when you factor in everything, not just a mortgage. So let's talk about the full picture of what it costs to actually live here, because the mortgage is just one piece of it. According to Salary.com's 2026 cost of living data, the overall cost of living in Mooresville runs about 5% below the national average. Let me say that again, because that surprises people. Lake Norman living, 5% below the national average overall. Housing significantly comes in about 6% below the national average, which is honestly remarkable when you factor in what the lifestyle here looks like. Now, food costs do run about 11% above average according to the same data set, so groceries and dining out are going to be a little higher than what you might be used to. But the housing savings more than offsets for most families. Now, property taxes in Iredell County, where most of Mooresville sits, is around 0.66% of assessed value. And what that actually means is that it's one of the lower property tax rates in the greater Charlotte area. So if you're buying a $450,000 house, let's say, you're looking at around roughly $3,000 a year in property taxes, which breaks down to about $250 a month. Compare that to Mecklenburg County, where Charlotte and some other suburbs sit, and that rate is closer to that 1.05% of property value. So Iredell County is meaningfully cheaper on taxes. Now, HOA fees in Mooresville vary pretty widely, Most standard neighborhoods run between $200 to $400 per quarter, but lakefront properties and more amenity-heavy neighborhoods can run higher than that. So make sure you factor in that when you are budgeting for a specific home. Now let's talk about what you are actually getting for your money, because cost of living only tells a part of the story. Mooresville is nicknamed Race City, USA, and that's for a reason. And it's not just a marketing slogan. There are over 60 NASCAR and motorsports related businesses right here. And that's including things like the North Carolina Auto Racing Hall of Fame, right in town, and the NASCAR Technical Institute, which is the nation's first technical training school to blend automotive and NASCAR specific motorsports technologies. So if you're a racing fan, or you just think that it's cool to have Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s race shop that is down the road from your house, this place has an energy and identity that most suburbs just do not have. But beyond the racing culture, the reason most families move here is, of course, Lake Norman. Lake Norman is the largest man-made lake in North Carolina, and that's with 520 miles of shoreline. And it essentially becomes your backyard when you live in Mooresville. Things like boating, kayaking, paddleboarding, fishing, waterfront dining, to say the least. That's not just a perk you drive on vacation. That's a Tuesday afternoon if you'd like, for families and kids specifically. Mooresville has some genuinely great attractions beyond the lake. Lazy Five Ranch is one of the most unique drive-through animal parks in the whole entire Southeast. And GoPro Motorplex is a world-class karting facility right here in town. And Kerrigan Farms does seasonal events that families absolutely love. Downtown Mooresville on Main Street has grown significantly in the recent years. Local restaurants, breweries, coffee shops, and a walkable Main Street feel that a lot of suburbs this size just do not pull off. So let's talk schools, because if you're moving here with kids, this is going to be one of the top questions I get. Mooresville falls into the Iredell-Statesville School District, and here's what you need to know about that. Lake Norman High School, which serves a large portion of the Mooresville area, is ranked 83rd in the entire state of North Carolina, according to the U.S. News, and carries an A- overall grade from niche.com. About 60% of the students of Lake Norman High School participate in advanced placement coursework, which is a strong indicator of academic strength, according to niche.com as well. Lake Norman High outperforms the district in state averages across multiple subjects and carries a 4-star rating. Now, I do want to be straight with you. The Iredell-Statesville School District as a whole is ranked 102nd out of 242 districts in North Carolina, which is a solidly above average, but not the top of the state the way Union County is. There are also charter schools options in the area if you'd like, including Langtree Charter Academy, for families who want an alternative to the traditional public school route, of course. And school zoning in Mooresville matters a lot. Which school your kids are assigned to depends entirely on which neighborhood and street you land on. So before you fall in love with a specific house, this is a conversation we should have. All right, so now the commute. Mooresville sits around 25 to 30 miles north of Charlotte on I-77. And according to the U.S. News, the average commute time, and from personal experience, to Mooresville is right around 20 minutes. Now that number can go up during peak morning hours and afternoon hours, but I-77 is genuinely a smoother drive than some of the other corridors into Charlotte, and for many people coming from the Lake Norman area specifically. The commute is more manageable than they expected going in. Charlotte Douglas International Airport is about 35 miles south of it, which is worth knowing if you travel frequently for work. And with hybrid and remote work being so common now, most of my clients in this area are driving into Charlotte 2 to 3 days a week at most, which means Mooresville is very livable from a commute standpoint. Okay, now, the honest pros and cons, starting with the pros. The cost of living running below the national average while sitting on one of the most beautiful lakes in the Southeast is genuinely a rare combination. The property tax rate in Iredell County is lower than Mecklenburg, which saves you real money over the years, every year. The lifestyle here, of course, Lake Norman, the racing culture, the outdoor activities, is something that people drive here weekends from Charlotte just to experience. And the home prices, while not cheap to be honest, are still competitive when you look at what you're getting. The population growth of 38% since 2019 tells you this is a market with long-term demand, which is good for your investment. Now the honest cons. and everything has a con. If you're comparing schools to Union County, which we cover in our Indian Trail video, Iredell-Statesville is a solid district, but is not the same level as Union County Public Schools. The lakefront properties come at a significant premium. If waterfront is your goal, budget accordingly. And the commute to uptown Charlotte during peak hours, while manageable, is further than some of the southern suburbs. Now, the cost of living being 154% higher than the North Carolina state average, according to salary.com, means if you are comparing Mooresville to a rural or smaller North Carolina town, it is going to feel quite expensive. But compared to other major metros and suburban markets nationally, the value here is real. So here's my honest bottom line after many years of working in this market. Mooresville is one of the most lifestyle-rich suburbs in the entire Charlotte metro. And the cost of living data backs up what the people who are already living here will tell you. You get a lot for what you spend here. If lake life matters to you, you want a community with a genuine identity and not just another cookie-cutter suburb, and if you want a market where your investment is backed by real population growth, Mooresville deserves to be near the top of your list. If this video helped you out at all, please hit that subscribe button because I drop Charlotte area content just like this every single week, covering every suburb in the market in detail. Hit that like button too. It helps this video reach more people who are trying to figure out the same thing you are right now. And if you are thinking about moving to the Mooresville area or anywhere in the Charlotte metro area in the next few months or a year from now, I would love to be a resource for you. There's a link in the description to grab a free 15-minute call with me. Absolutely no pressure, no pitch, just a real conversation about your situation and what is going to make the most sense for you and your family. I work with buyers and sellers across the entire Charlotte metro area every single week, and I would love to help you figure out if Mooresville is the right fit for you. Link is right below, and with that, I'll see you in the next one. And if you want to see how Mooresville stacks up against some of the other Charlotte suburbs, I have a video for Indian Trail, Concord, Fort Mill, and more right here. So go check those out, and I will catch you on the next one. Thank you.